Hey guys, Anthony here. Thank you for tuning in to ProWrestlingProverbs, our Superstar Shake-up recap video. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, hit that little bell notification, and subscribe to us on iTunes and the podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter at PWProverbs, or you can listen to us directly on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/ProWrestlingProverbs. You can also send us an email at ProWrestlingProverbs@gmail.com.
Wow, Raw got shafted.
Raw got the short end of the stick here, even though they got the most talent in the shakeup. I feel like SmackDown got the better half of the talent. Uh, open up Raw from SmackDown Live. Jinder Mahal is getting moved to the Monday Night roster with the Singh brothers. He got drafted with the United States Championship, but that did not last long as he dropped it right away to Jeffrey Hardy.
Yeah, the charismatic Enigma, Brother Nero, Itchweed, Willow, multiple DUI arrests, whatever you want to call him. Jeff Hardy is now a Grand Slam champion.
Well deserved for
well
Jeff
deserved.
Hardy.
Not only Grand Slam, but WWE, World, Tag Team, Intercontinental, US, European, Hardcore, and Light Heavyweight Champion.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Outside of the Hardy Boys tag team.
I think the Hardy Boys are one of the few tag teams that can go in together and alone.
Yeah.
Because if you look at a team like the Dudleys, they really didn't have much success separately. If you look at a team like the Legion of Doom, they didn't have much success separately. But a team like the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and APA are ones that come to mind that will eventually go in separately and together.
Up next, the Riot Squad with Ruby Riot, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan moving over from SmackDown Live over to Raw after Absolution got disbanded. That has a trio at least with Paige leaving. I don't see them really doing much here. They're gonna probably these were one of the people who are just gonna get lost in the shuffle on Raw. I feel like they would probably succeed a little bit better on SmackDown. Because it's hard to compete with a show when you with Sasha, Bailey, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, and Ronda Rousey all because those three I don't see how they can really make an impact unless they introduce some sort of other SmackDown or not SmackDown or women's title like SmackDown General Manager Paige has been talking about, but
I think Ruby Riott can do well because I think now you actually have someone on the Raw roster aside from Alexa who can portray a good heel. Sasha's heel is essentially whining and or kind of like a ghetto tone, no real heel, true anti, but Ruby Riott can get the crowd to actually hate her. Sarah Logan can end up doing well because when she was on the Indies as Crazy Mary Dobson, she did pretty well. This gimmick she has now is a lot different from it, so that could be it. But the gimmick she has now is more true to her real life, the redneck Viking type instead of the dark, crazy. She essentially had Ruby Riott's gimmick mixed with Rosemary from TNA. But yeah, I don't see much for Liv Morgan. I don't see much in Liv Morgan or Mandy Rose. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with either of them.
after being fired at WrestleMania or the week before WrestleMania, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, three times the charm here. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens get signed to a Raw contract by Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. Uh, these guys will probably be successful. Looks like they're already going at it with Kurt. Uh, Potentially set up a match between the three of them. Kurt, if I can find a tag partner of some sort.
I think it's interesting that the first three men selected to Raw, if you don't count the Singh brother, um, are probably going to have matches with Kurt.
At one point,
Because
yes.
Jinder mentioned how Kurt's the Olympic hero and he wants to keep him down. There's rumors going into the Saudi Royal Rumble that the titles are just going to switch back. Jinder's going to re-win it. Miz is going to re-win the Intercontinental, and that would bring the U.S. title to Raw. And as I said before, I don't think Kurt Angle needs a heavyweight championship, but it would be interesting to see him to be the American hero. I mean, they really didn't have a good payoff with Rusev when he hated America. This is the payoff that everyone wanted with Rusev. So I
Yeah.
mean, a couple years too late, but still be nice.
At least Jenner gets to have it.
Yeah, and at least this GM will defend the title, unlike the last Raw GM won the United States title, Bret Hart.
uh, we actually got a trade, let's say.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kurt Angle breaking the rules.
yep.
We're supposed to wait, but he's like, Miz, you're going to SmackDown because Daniel Bryan wants you there. That was his last move he did as SmackDown GM.
Yep. So the Miz will now be heading to SmackDown. Probably just a feud with Daniel Bryan for the most part.
Yep, leaving
Uh,
behind his two little babies in Axel and Dallas.
who would go on and turn on him later in the night in the 10-man tag main event.
Yep.
WWE announced on its Twitter that Zack Ryder will be moving to Monday Night Raw from SmackDown. Uh, his position probably won't change.
Nope.
He'll probably still be wrestling on main event and where he got injured. Turns out everything will be okay and I have surgery, but again, just he'll probably have a couple TV matches a month, and that's about it.
If they really want to do a fan service, because you always need tag teams to lose, you could definitely have the Major Brothers or the Edge Heads, whatever you want to call them, come back as a team. I think it'd be interesting if at one point if you have Edge appear on the show, and maybe like with him and Christian where Seth Rollins jumped him. If you have someone about to interact with Edge, like try to beat him up, and then hear the old music, and then Ryder and Hawkins come out together.
Oh yeah.
The only difference is now they look so like then they looked essentially the same. Now Zach's allegedly righted out with his tan, while Kurt Hawkins has that nice dad bod. And
Yeah.
but who? Yeah, Zack Ryder. He's one of these where I think this is his final opportunity, and because opening toys isn't what they pay you for, so he doesn't do much on Raw. Don't be surprised if at the end of this year, beginning of next year, Zack Ryder is future endeavored.
Speaking of tag teams and fan services, Breezango got moved to Raw
Yes.
to the main show here to bring their fashion files.
Yeah, they beat Sheamus and Cesaro, which
Yeah, I think this is a good. Breezango really have a chance to shine here on Raw. I feel like this is there should be the superstars coming out of the Shake-up that's actually going to surprise us and actually do something on this new show.
I think it's a big enough show too, where on SmackDown you had to quickly squeeze them in, and that's why they only got the little fashion file segments. While Raw, I mean, everyone doesn't like how the tag divisions look after. I think they look fantastic, and having Breezango there, I mean, they've already beat the Bar, who at this point were the Raw tag team to beat. So now it's only a matter of time to see what Breezango does, and who knows, with another goofy team like Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt possibly winning the Raw tag titles soon, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for them to lose to Breezango.
Yeah, definitely. I can totally see Breezango picking up a tag team championship.
One thing
It's all said and done.
One thing I read online, which is people speculating, but wouldn't it be interesting if down the line Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had the tag titles, then Chris Jericho somehow interfered, cost them, and helped Breezango win, because then you have the connection between him hating Owens, but at the same time he kind of broke Fandango into the business. So you have the two little connecting pieces there. Plus, that would be the team that would overreact to losing to these two.
We have our final female superstar heading to Raw, as we have Natalya Neidhart heading over to Raw, forming a bond with Ronda Rousey, which is always good for to be seen next to.
She's pretty much done everything she could on SmackDown. She's a heel, she's a babyface, she won the title, she had a good run with it. She's not someone like Becky Lynch, who Becky can put on a great match with anyone, I think Natalia, you have to at least be on a certain level at this point, just due to her age and the type of match she does.
Yeah, she's a good teacher. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
she's a good teacher. Definitely, she'll join Sarah Del Rey in NXT as the women's trainer once it's time. But yeah, Natalia, it'll be interesting to see what she does on Raw. It's looking like maybe her and Rousey will end up doing something with each other at SummerSlam, which being Rousey's first big singles opponent, that just shows the care that they know Natty will put into her.
Following his former tag team partner, Mojo Rawley, is moving to Monday Night Raw. That got announced on WWE's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Um,
I think this is a last opportunity for him as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I think he has a little bit more benefit of the doubt because they gave him a Battle Royal win on WrestleMania.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, they give Zack Ryder little bones here and there too. Mojo, I think, is one of those that they brought him in and they just put so much spotlight on him because of what was it, Breaking Ground, that show that
Yeah,
he was on there, and they don't. At this point, almost everyone that was on that show is gone. Almost.
Baron Corbin's still
Yeah,
there.
Corbin and was it Bailey, a woman on it? Yeah, so that's like your
I want to say
three.
Ty Dillinger was also on
I
there.
know Breeze was, but essentially Tyler Breeze, they're like, yeah, he's not a great wrestler. Can't wait for him to be a trainer. But Mojo, yeah, you figure he had changed for tag titles on SmackDown, but Zack Ryder got hurt. You can't put too much of the blame on Mojo there. But he had what, two chances for a singles run?
Yeah,
The initial Battle Royal win, and then he did something with the U.S. title, and neither did much. He's not good.
somebody else who a lot of people think that he has one more chance is kind of living on borrowed time here, even though he reportedly signed a contract and reportedly didn't sign.
Yeah,
Who,
no one knows.
yeah, that's a lot of people don't know anything when they report it. But Dolph Ziggler, moving from SmackDown to Raw, but he didn't come alone. He
No.
brought along from NXT Drew McIntyre, back on the main roster, back on Monday Night Raw after a hiatus.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if, because for about a year they talked about that Dolph Ziggler is going to be a part of a varsity club,
Yes,
and
this could be the start of it.
yeah, it started out, well, it was more than a year then, because it started out with Swagger, and then when they said they were bringing Benjamin in, and then there was Gable, and then, well, now you have McIntyre, Jason Jordan's on Raw. If you wanted get Kurt out of the GM position, have him be the heel manager, it would work. I mean, not everyone in the varsity club was a all-star amateur wrestler. But I mean, you don't even have to do a varsity club, but this could be the start of a stable or just a team. I could definitely see these two winning the tag titles. That would give Dolph a triple crown, if I'm not mistaken. And that would give McIntyre his second reign of tag titles, his first, of course, being with Cody Rhodes. That would be two pretty big partners.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, but that would also give Dolph a Grand Slam. It would be both, because he hasn't won a tag yet.
Oh
He's
yeah,
missing
right.
that for a triple threat and a Grand Slam.
You're right.
Poor guy.
Somebody who I'm excited for to be on Monday Night Raw because I feel like he is one of the very few actual bad guys on
Yeah.
on TV. Baron Corbin moving from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw.
I think it's interesting that the only reason he's a good bad guy on TV is because he seems to be an asshole in real life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like he, I'd compare him, I guess, to like a Scott Steiner, like nowadays, where sure he'll take pictures with you, but unless you do it like,
Right now.
well, how he wants it done, like, hello, Mr. Corbin, can I have a picture with you? Or, hey, Mr. Corbin, are you busy? If you're just like, I'm taking a picture, then he's just gonna go on Twitter and just kill you, just roast you.
Roast your ass.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. With you figure Jinder, Owens, Corbin, Ziggler, they're bringing in a new crop for pretty much the Shield to beat. Those three, depending on where they're at. I like to compare. I've talked about this with people before. Roman Reigns is like your Hulk Hogan. Seth or Dean would be your Macho Man. and then the other one would be your Tito Santana. So you kind of have to go through all three. And
Yeah.
then if you make it through all three, then you are a bona fide heel. Kevin Owens is one that's fought all three. Bray Wyatt. You can see who they feel are top guys. I can see Corbin definitely having matches with all three as the time comes.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a couple more shakeups announced over social media on Twitter and Instagram. Mike Kanellis leaving
Yeah.
his wife
Yeah.
back on SmackDown. He'll move over to Raw.
Do you think this means Maria is going to start wrestling again? Because, I mean, she's not just going to manage someone else.
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, she wasn't. People forget she wasn't awful. I mean, at the time she was there, you had your Candice Michelle's, your Kelly Kelly's, your not very goods. The only reason Maria is not really remembered is because I don't remember why, but Vince liked her, and he kept putting her in storylines, whether it be John Cena's girlfriend with Santino. She was in a bunch of storylines until she eventually left.
Yeah.
And her time on the Indies and in New Japan, she's improved. So it'll be interesting to see if she. I mean, she did a great heel character when they were with Impact for a minute. She didn't do a lot of the fighting. She had people with her. Perhaps maybe since Paige's GM, she could be with Absolution.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Um,
I think Mike
I
should have went to NXT. He should have went. He
you should have started. They should have started off in NXT. I feel
yeah,
like the characters they were trying to portray, the totally over the top in love couple,
yeah.
that would have worked good at NXT setting.
I know.
When it comes off on just regular WTV, it comes off kind of it's weird. It's a little different. It's a little cringy.
I read online, which this will make sense as I say this to you. They were doing that kind of as a rib or a like they're jabbing Cody Rhodes and Brandy, how they always are on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what this is making fun of how they are.
But Cody Rhodes is so much cooler. They're so much cooler than them. No
I
offense to the
but I
Canellises,
think that's
but
what I think that's maybe not Vince because I know Vince probably doesn't pay attention to them, but someone was probably like, hey, you see what the Rhodes boys doing? But yeah, I think Mike should have, especially the only one that they've signed from another company that deserved to jump, but anything was Lashley. Uh, I think with how Kevin Owens did, he probably didn't need NXT. I mean, he jumped up pretty quick and fit
yeah.
in, but everyone else has needed it. Mike Kanellis could easily go to the Undisputed Era.
It's
I
just
mean,
well with Kevin Owens, why he needed NXT? They needed to introduce him.
yeah,
He had all the talent in the world.
mm,
He's a great promo, great in the ring, but they needed to establish his character.
yeah,
Him turning on Sami Zayn the first night he was there, that's basically what his character is
yeah,
through this whole time in NXT. He's an asshole. He only's in for himself. He's a family man.
mm,
He's eventually gonna turn on Sami Zayn again, like he turned on Chris Jericho.
I think Zayn will turn on him because he's been a heel for a while now.
This whole time.
Yeah, and they want you know how they always like to at least even if it's for a month or two, try you something new early on just to
Yeah.
see. And I think it's getting to that time. And I mean, you mentioned Family Man. They could have a whole loser leaves the company, and then Zayn beats him, and then it's what do I do for my family? So then he's got to fight for his family. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, Mike should have been. He could go to the Undisputed Era now. It makes sense. He was a part of that crop of guys that made Ring of once your Bryan Danielsons and CM Punk left, Ring of Honor was kind of left in a spot. But your Jay Lethals and your Briscoes who are still there, and then your Adam Coles, Roderick Strongs, Red Dragons, War Machine, the Kingdom, which Mike Bennett fronted. They brought it back to where it's at. He's a great light heavyweight, and now that he's in better shape than I've ever seen him in,
Yeah.
he's a workhorse too. It's just it makes me wonder what they're gonna do because they obviously put his whole drugstore. They put his drug story on WWE's YouTube. They're not gonna do that if they're just gonna be like, bye. So I'm wondering if putting him on Raw with Kurt Angle, who had the same kind of story, if
Yeah.
they're gonna incorporate that, be like, come on, give me a chance. You got a second chance. Oof.
Uh,
We'll see, but it does makes me
we'll see if he
itchy.
actually gets on TV first. He
Yeah,
hasn't been on TV in quite some time.
yeah. Unless maybe they are gonna move Maria with them, and then see, because the idea was before he got drugged up, or he announced he got drugged up. Um, it was gonna be Miz and Maurice against Bennett and Maria,
Yeah.
but now they're on separate shows again.
I think they'll eventually come back together.
Is there another? Well, I was saying the males, Miz and Mike Bennett are on separate ones now.
Oh, yeah.
So is there any male slash female that work well that they could pair him with on Raw?
Alexa and Braun.
Jeez,
Are talking about real couples?
I was thinking real ones. See, and then Andrade and Selena are on SmackDown too.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what they can do with them, but I think
Dean
I,
and Renee.
I've talked about it for a while now. I think there's big things in his future. I mean, he's not down by it. People always talk to him on Twitter, how does it feel to be a jobber? And he's like, our house feels pretty good. And
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so he's not angry with where he's at, which is good because going from a main eventer in Ring of Honor and Impact to not even being on TV for WWE, that would ruin some people's moods. But like I said, I think Mike will eventually work his way back up.
WWE announced on their Instagram that the tag team The Ascension, Connor and Victor, will be featured on Raw. I like this move. Their characters were getting kind of stale on SmackDown. Kind of same thing with Breezango.
I think the Ascension needs to they need to stay together as a team because it can work well,
Yeah.
but they need to drop the Ascension gimmick. Like, come out on TV with like a towel, do like um, Bray Wyatt did to Goldust the one time, and wipe the paint off. We're not jokes, and then do something like that. Because at this point, I mean, even Road Warrior Animal tweeted recently a picture of the Legion of Doom. This is a tag team. A picture of the Ascension. This is a joke. So I think once the team you're trying to, I don't know what the word would be.
Be inspired by.
Yeah. When
Pay tribute
the
to.
last surviving member tweets that, I think it's time to hang up. I think it's time to hang up the boot. Not the maybe the Ascension boots. Maybe come out with different team or just Connor and Victor. I mean, it's not like they have dumb names. It's not
Yeah.
like their names are like Bartholomew and Jarvis. I mean, Connor and Victor.
It could be Michael Hickenbottom. Dude, they could have that
Could be
name.
Paula Beck.
The final shake-up to be announced on TV. The glorious Bobby Roode.
Yeah, he was the fifth man, teaming up with Strowman, Lashley, Rollins, and Balor against the Miz, Taraj, Owens, and Zayn. As my dad sent me a text, the other team only needed Lashley and Strowman.
Yeah. Yeah. Lashley and Strowman, that'd be a good team. I hope they stick together somehow.
It would have been cool if they would have been the WrestleMania team.
Yeah, that would have been cool, huh?
Especially since the past couple weeks they've worked really well together. Wow, it's almost like they're
Wow.
regretting not doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bobby, he's gonna do well. He's got the theme song, he's got the look.
I don't understand why people are
Great
saying
moves.
he's stale.
He's not stale at all.
No, they're like he's just an entrant. It's like he won the U.S. title. He's not gonna win the heavyweight title. He probably won't win the Universal on Raw yet because this year's gonna be dominated
By
once Brock
Roman.
drops it. Well, the Shield probably.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the problem with keeping all three members of the Shield on one show. It's like when Triple H, Batista, Randy, Michaels were all on one show. The only way that you're gonna have someone take it from them is if they win the Rumble and decide to go there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need a Chris Benoit to come interrupt the Shield triangle.
I think the last thing we need is another Chris Benoit, but Bobby Roode, he's a Triple H boy. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's not gonna have a bad character or a bad storyline or anything.
James Storm keeps appearing backstage at Raw. Maybe they're gonna do a beer money.
Maybe he's just there for the catering.
I mean,
He's sneaking in.
Could you imagine if Beer Money and Red Dragon, so the hottest team in TNA for the longest time, then probably a tie for the hottest team in Ring of Honor after the Briscoes are both signed to WWE? It's pretty big.
The final superstar heading to Raw was announced after the show on WWE's Twitter. Chad Gable will
Yeah.
be back on Raw. He's not on the same show as Jason Jordan. It was noted that he didn't get brought over to team back up with Jason Jordan.
No.
He's a single star.
No.
Uh,
Do you mind if I say how I think they're gonna get back together? Because you seem to think it was a pretty good idea too.
yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So Chad, it's essentially gonna be AJ and Shinsuke for a bit. Chad Gable's gonna get jumped by, let's say, Kevin Owens and Sammy. That sounds good. And then Jason Jordan's gonna run out, and then they're gonna stay in the ring, and Chad Gable's gonna be like, "No, I'm a single star." And then it's gonna keep happening, and then finally Jason Jordan's gonna get jumped, and then you're gonna have some twerp announcer like Michael Cole be, "Oh my God, he's all alone," and then the American Alpha musical hit, and Chad Gable will run down, and but before he gets in the ring, he'll pull the towel out, hold it in front of the camera, ready, willing, and Gable, throw it down, and American Alpha's back together.
I want them to get back. They're one of my favorite tag teams to come out of NXT. And when they were in NXT, I love their matches with the Revival. Uh,
Or rivals on Raw. I don't understand how people say on social media the tag team divisions are awful.
they're so good.
Raw and
There's so many.
SmackDown.
There's so many good match
But then
possibilities.
NXT, are they stupid? Or
Was Sanity's coming? As we're about to talk about here on SmackDown.
I mean, just before we get there, Raw has the Authors of Pain, Titus Worldwide, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, Bray and Matt, The Revival, probably The Shield when they're back, Ziggler and McIntyre, Slater and Rhino, Owens and Zayn, potentially the Edgeheads, potentially American Alpha, The Ascension, and Breezango. SmackDown, after their draft, has Rusev Day, Sanity, the Bludgeon Brothers, the Club, the Colognes if they ever come back, the Bar, the Usos, and the New Day. And the big complaint, oh, NXT's dry. Well, NXT still has the Undisputed Era, which when Bobby Fish is back opens the door to many tag possibilities.
Yeah.
The Street Profits, Heavy Machinery, War Machine, Mustache Mountain, TM61, and then Donovan Dijak teased a team with Brennan Williams, and they'd just be two big guys over 6'6".
And they have a plethora of people that's not even on NXT yet that have tag teams that run
Plus,
the house circuit.
plus the cruiserweights have Itami and Tozawa, which is a good team.
Hmm.
Kendrick and Gallagher, which is a great heel team. There's the tag division is probably at the best it's been talent-wise in years. Because it used to be if one team went down, you'd have
Yeah.
the same two teams fighting for 6 months.
Yeah, this tag division's stacked.
For once, teams actually have to fight for the top instead of just slowly drifting up.
This is I'm probably just gonna say this. This is probably the best overall like wrestling roster in a long time, just with
Yeah.
pure talent.
And then,
Definitely since like 2001, 2002.
then you always have your veterans like Goldust and R-Truth who are going to tag with people to train them. It seemed on SmackDown R-Truth and Ty Dillinger are going to have a thing. People are saying, because he's perfect 10, so the perfect truth.
Yeah,
And
just
then,
add truth to
yeah.
the end of the
And then
guy's name.
Goldust and Cedric have a thing, and they weren't bad. So yeah, the tag division is phenomenal. It's not even counting the UK guys or all the rumored signings. Yeah, I don't understand the online community not liking where the tag division's at. Plus Strowman and Lashley.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think they're probably just gonna be like a novelty team until they eventually break up and feud, obviously.
but still,
Because that's
being able to just throw them together and
oh my gosh. I just wish Strowman just hung on to the tag titles by himself instead of relinquishing them.
there's a funny picture where it said Jason Jordan and Chad Gable are the only two to win the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT tag championships. But for the Raw tag championship spot for Chad Gable, it was Nicholas. That's close enough.
Yeah, they look the same.
But
Yeah.
to kick off SmackDown, speaking of tag teams, probably one of the greatest tag teams of all time, arguably is the Hardys. Jeff Hardy was the first one on SmackDown.
Yep, after winning the United States Championship the night before from Jinder Mahal, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy was the first draft pick. You kind of saw this coming. Either Seth Rollins or Jeff Hardy were moving.
Yep.
They're not going to take Seth Rollins off of Raw yet.
No.
Maybe next year.
They have to have a real show reunion first, since the first one got
Yeah.
squashed repeatedly. Thanks, Mumps.
Thanks, Dean, going out with an injury.
Jeff, he interrupted. It was going to be Shelton Benjamin did a call out, which is nice to see Benjamin doing something. Randy Orton came out, and then instead of hustling to the ring, he kind of stopped, and Jeff's music hit. I don't understand why Randy just didn't keep going. I mean, it kind of seemed out of character for him to just stand there and be like, "What are you
Okay.
doing?" Oh,
I
I guess.
guess I'm not working tonight.
Nope. Get that. I appeared on TV, paycheck. But yeah, if Jeff keeps the title at the Saudi show, because like I said, it's rumored they're gonna flip again.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't, the mid card on SmackDown right now, you have Jeff Hardy, Miz, Dana Bryan feuds with Miz, you have D-Bry, you have Big Cass, Orton, Benjamin, and that's just a mid card. Like that's not even the main event of Styles and Nakamura, which I'm sure will keep up. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where SmackDown goes. It's starting to look like Raw is gonna be your it's gonna be like the early 2000s. Like
Yeah.
Raw is gonna have your more entertaining, while SmackDown is your more wrestling, your story driven. But of course, you have to have your couple veterans on there, and your veterans this time around are Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, which is funny considering at one point they were the youngins.
Yeah, especially back then.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy, just now breaking into his 40s, still.
Still jumping off of shit.
Yeah, still not caring.
Uh, the next team, we got our first female team to be moved to switching places with the Riot Squad. Absolution is joining Paige back up again.
Do you think that there'll be like a Bridgman Patterson for her, but better?
Yes,
Like
yes.
her, not goons, but like her muscle. Like, oh, you don't listen to me, and then have them come out and just pummel them.
Yes, that I think they're gonna be because Paige,
Her Main Street Posse.
yeah, she's not gonna be babyface for long,
No.
unless they do something stupid and just have her turn her back on them. But that just doesn't make sense storyline wise right now. I think Paige doesn't give them unwarranted opportunities.
Yeah.
Give Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose championship matches when
Oh, yeah.
when they get a new babyface champion
Yeah.
again after Carmella drops it.
Who knows? Carmella could even turn. Like they could set the odds against her, and Paige could put her in like matches with these two, and that could slowly transition her. I mean, the fans are already behind her, so all you need is the WWE to flip the switch.
Yeah.
But
Probably the biggest shake-up, uh, literally and figuratively. Samoa Joe.
yeah,
Uh,
while looking at this, his real name's interesting. Nafula Siona. That's that is
it's a little different from Samoa Joe.
yeah, it's a little. You can tell TNA really didn't want to deal with that, so they're just like, you're just Samoa Joe, bud.
Yes. Samoa Joe is going over to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Presumably be the top heel, one of the top stars of the show.
AJ, Shinsuke, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe.
He's definitely gonna be WWE champion by the end of the year.
Oh yeah, and the better part along with all this is right after him they did a promo for Sanity. Nikki Cross isn't with them, but I say the better part is because you have Styles, you have Joe, you have Eric Young. If it's out there because he's so old at this point. But if you were to get Christopher Daniels even for a year,
Yeah.
and you got to redo the Fatal 4-Ways and the Triple Threats, even Kazarian, make it 5. SmackDown would be it would be a show. It is now in my opinion, but if you bring them in and you just capitalize on TNA's success, because this was their core, this was their SmackDown 7.
Yeah.
They
But with no backstage,
Oh, yeah.
no Hulk Hogan, no
right.
people holding them back. Is give them the chance to shine on the
I mean,
big stage and
it's
let them pull numbers.
It's interesting that the head guy for SmackDown is Road Dogg, and Road Dogg for a long time worked for TNA, and then is Jeff Jarrett's kind of right-hand man.
Yeah.
So you wonder if that's why this happened, if maybe he requested, perhaps maybe he's got Jarrett as a sister, per se. But it'll be interesting, and then to have Sanity there.
Yep, Sanity. They had a little
The package.
like a video package.
People made fun of it because it said Chaos was coming, and of course Chaos, a big New Japan stable, and Chaos actually responded to the WWE account.
He did. He did. I saw that.
Yeah, they're like, are we? But yeah, obviously I think this means SummerSlam we're gonna get the Bludgeon Brothers against Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. I mean,
Yeah.
two brute tag teams.
it yeah, it writes itself there.
Yeah, and then Eric Young. I'm hoping Eric Young wins a title. I think it's kind of out of everyone that went to NXT, he's the one that kind of needed it because I'm sure for the people who watched TNA during its heyday, they remember Eric Young as the goofy either superhero gimmick or the guy that had hunting shows or won the women's tag titles. But he's a really good wrestler. When he was with Team Canada, he was good. Towards the end of his career, when he was the heavyweight champion and had matches with Bully Ray, with Bobby Roode, was good. He can do hardcore. So I'm hoping he wins, whether it be the U.S. or Intercontinental. I think he'd have good matches with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff Hardy have already had them, so I
Yeah,
think
Eric Young, I think his ceiling is the United States Championship.
yeah,
Not saying he can't break that ceiling. Anything can happen. Anybody can take off, but
no. Eric Young was also when Daniel Bryan won the heavyweight title. Um, I mean, you could probably assume this, but Ring of Honor and TNA both managed to get bearded, mid-size dad bod guys to win their heavyweight championships. And magically, each of them, Eric Young, and then for Ring of Honor, Michael Elgin, both started to, need to be taped up before matches. Hmm.
it's almost like a dad bod isn't the best body.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to copy each other. What?
Mm-hmm. Uh, Vince McMahon likes to make things awkward between people backstage.
Yes.
He likes to pull ribs.
Yeah, he either if you are a couple, he likes to separate you so that way, and then pair you off with other people to try and hook you up with who he thinks. Like he did that with Rusev. He you can people try and say he thought maybe Rusev needed someone else. I'm thinking because Dolph Ziggler was pretty, he wanted Dolph to be with Lana.
He's like, oh, two blondes.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Or just items like that. Or if you're not a couple, or if you're broken up, he tries to put you on the same Matt Hardy and Lita.
Yep, you're gonna be on the same. You'll be traveling the roads together.
Yep. And it has happened now. Big Cass gets to watch as Carmella, who people thought was a squeaky wheel on NXT, is now the head woman on SmackDown.
Yep, the probably the most successful one out of the three so far.
Yeah,
She won a championship.
Big Cass is the only one not to win a championship at this
Yep,
point.
and Enzo Amore did his thing.
Yeah.
Didn't do his thing,
No.
and then got let go.
He did his thing by winning the Cruiserweight Championship twice, probably being the most successful guy in this rendition of the Cruiserweights.
Yep.
Being a great heel, phenomenal heel, and now, like I said, it's speculated that he's doing a clothing line. If you go to his Instagram and look at the link in his bio, it takes you to a clothing site. So, but it'll be interesting. Big Cass on SmackDown. They're pairing him off with Daniel Bryan right off the bat.
Yep, they have a match announced for Backlash right now.
Which, if you have Daniel Bryan win, that's one thing. But if you have Big Cass beat Daniel Bryan, fans are going to turn on him. That's the problem with Daniel Bryan at this point.
He has to win everything.
Yeah, he has to win everything, and people are just going to shit on whoever beats him. The only thing that can save it is people are rumoring that The Miz maybe hired Big Cass, which
That would make sense. Big Cass needs something.
yeah.
He's by himself. He's boring.
I think he needs to be someone. They say that Roman Reigns copied Diesel, or that Drew McIntyre is copying Diesel. Big Cass needs to literally be Diesel. Be someone's bodyguard, take too much shit, turn on him, and then he'll be. That's what it was with Enzo and Cass, but they messed it up. They should have had Enzo be the heel. Big Cass, I'm tired of holding you. You're holding me back. But instead, they had him beat the shit out of Enzo.
They shouldn't have broke him up that early, in my opinion. But that's a video, maybe a DIY for a different day.
Yeah, with Enzo winning the Cruiserweight title, they should have had Enzo win that. Look at Big Cass and be like, I obviously don't need you. And then, but they're not perfect. But hopefully, if I do universe modes, I put the U.S. title on Big Cass. I don't know why, he just somehow ends up with it. So maybe maybe Nostradamus, maybe it'll happen.
The final female wrestler to be shaken up here. So we all kind of seen this coming, especially with the WrestleMania match. Asuka, Empress of Tomorrow,
Is SmackDown ready for Asuka?
Charlotte is at least.
Okay.
So Asuka's on SmackDown. It's good spot for her. I see she has a lot of room for feuds. continuing her thing with Charlotte, Carmella,
Becky.
Becky.
She didn't get to do anything with Becky, which I, as I've said before, I mean, Charlotte obviously is now, but I think Becky probably in the ring is like, I'd call her the Tully Blanchard of the Four Horsewomen, because
Yeah.
whenever people are like, oh, who's the best? So like it's Charlotte or Sasha, but you forget that Becky probably in ring is equal, if not better. I mean, like I said, she carried that SmackDown division on her back.
She has the most experience of the four of them.
Yeah, she carried SmackDown throughout the first shake-up, and then after that, they're like, wow, we should probably send her real opponents. And I think it was perhaps her feud with Alexa that helped propel Alexa.
Yeah, definitely.
And then even, teaming with Naomi, teaming with Natalia. Becky, she seems to be propelling people left and right. And as long as quinoa doesn't get in her way, I could see her potentially winning another heavyweight championship.
The Good Brothers
Yeah,
are
yeah.
back with their good father here.
Yeah, I'd say good soccer mother. But
Good soccer mom. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
yeah.
The club is reunited, at least with AJ on SmackDown Live.
Now you have the club. Later on, will announce which member of Los Ingobernables de Japan went to SmackDown, and then also Shinsuke was a member of Chaos. So you have the three big New Japan stables all represented on SmackDown.
Yep.
The club being there, I like it. I want to see Carl Anderson. I don't want the club to split, but I want to see him win a mid card title because he's so good in the ring.
He is.
And I know why they're putting him at this tag team spot because I think it's more for Luke Gallows' benefit. But
Yeah.
I think at one point we could see Carl Anderson win something. Whether I think it's due time. I mean, in New Japan he was fantastic. He hasn't missed a step here. I forget who it was, but it was on Raw shortly before Mania. He had a singles match and he got to show how good he really is.
Did he have I don't know. I don't remember.
I just know he had one. It was the old Machine Gun Anderson. The reason why the Bullet Club had his name.
Yep.
But yeah, these two, I could see him winning the SmackDown tag titles again. I mean,
I just hope they're more than AJ's lackeys, like they kind of were back when AJ was on Raw.
Yeah.
They're just kind of following him around until he left.
I feel like they're gonna help him out because it seems like Shinsuke is being with Rusev and Aiden English now. Then you have Sanity, and I'm sure the Bludgeon Brothers easily could get a third. So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be need help. I mean, the New Day's there too. I mean, yeah.
I'm smelling a War Games.
Ooh.
You know,
Maybe.
it's because WWE has to copy everything NXT does eventually.
Eventually. See, I don't know though. The problem with War Games is Vince. It was too popular, and Vince didn't create it, so he doesn't want people to exist.
Yeah.
That's like ECW is popular, but not as big as War Games. That's the thing. And then, of course, after the club, the bar, Cesaro and Sheamus on SmackDown. This opens up again more for the mid card. People are wondering if this will be Cesaro's chance to shine. I think it'd be interesting if he got put in a triple threat with like AJ and Shinsuke, and he won. And
Yeah. Because it's just a matter of time before they break up. Maybe probably after they lose
yeah,
on Friday.
it could be. Who knows how much longer Sheamus has left due to his neck and back issues. I mean, he's taken some pretty nasty bumps since it was announced he had that injury. So it doesn't look like he's slowing down. Of course, Sheamus will be one that when he's done, he'll be a producer.
Yeah.
He starts with Triple H. He knows the business. He does things for it. It'll be good. Sheamus, of course, will be a main eventer. I wouldn't be surprised if the bar stays together and one of them wins the heavyweight, the other wins the mid card, and they do like the 2-man power trip thing. But these two are working out well, considering Cesaro was the only non-American that was around during the time of that awful stable. The UK one.
Oh.
But it wasn't just the UK. The World Elite, what was it?
League of Nations.
Yeah, that one. Cesaro's the only guy not in it, and yet he's doing really well with Sheamus. So maybe he should have been in it. Imagine if it was just Sheamus, Rusev, and Cesaro. That'd have been a pretty good little team.
Yeah, what up? We gotta get those dumb people in
Well, dumb person.
there. Speaking of dumb, Ronnie Killings, R-Truth, moved to SmackDown.
Yeah,
Not him, the person, his character,
yeah.
obviously.
No, him as a
Uh,
person, he's a good person. He has a storied career, of course, winning the NWA title back with TNA. That was when he was really young. He was a member of DX when he was Kid Quick. He's won tag titles with Kofi Kingston. He did stuff with The Miz and Goldust. He made evented against Cena. He's got Little Jimmy. R-Truth's done a lot. U.S. championships, and it's just a shame that he's just the comedy. He's gonna essentially be Goldust on SmackDown.
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think the difference is Goldust in ring is a lot better than R-Truth in ring, so Goldust can kind of cover up the comedy with that.
Yeah,
While R-Truth is more charisma and mic work. So if the stuff that he's good at is the joke, then what's left? But it's interesting that they paired him with the New Day and Ty Dillinger. Maybe, as I said, the Perfect 10 or the Perfect Truth will be a team. But who knows? R-Truth again will probably be producer once it's done, just because of everywhere he's been, everything he's done, everyone he's fought. But it'll be interesting to see how they actually bring him onto the show.
some comedy segment. The Money in the Bank's coming up. He's probably gonna come in and try to throw somebody out or something.
I think R-Truth would be a good. They want to move Corey Graves off of one show. I think R-Truth would be, because Tom Phillips is already on SmackDown. I mean, I couldn't imagine putting him with R-Truth and Byron, but I think
Oh
R-Truth
well.
could do good at commentary. I mean, he's got the mouth, so
It just be hard because if he can't be R-Truth, the comedy gimmick the whole time on commentary, but it'd be hard not
yeah,
to see him without doing that. So it's a double-edged sword. To close out the Superstar Shake-up,
yeah,
somebody else who we've seen coming, moving up, Andrade Cien Almas and his manager, Selena Vega.
yep,
Can't believe I pronounced that correctly.
yeah.
They moved up from NXT. Andrade, he's gonna be big things. Big things are coming his way.
Yeah. I'm glad that even though they fucked up like his first year.
He's a Del Rio without the cocaine. All right.
Yeah. La Sombra is definitely, as I said, he's the member from Los Ingobernables that came to WWE. When he was La Sombra, he was very good. It is There's not much you can or can't say about this guy. I believe that once Rey Mysterio is done with his New Japan run, he's going to be on SmackDown, and then we're going to get Rey versus Andrade, past versus the future.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
And yeah, it's going to be a great match, and Andrade is definitely in line to win whatever secondary titles there. I'm trying to think if there's someone they could even make him a babyface and pair him with Mysterio and do a
Your little
good
tag
lane tag
team.
team
Yeah.
instead of what they did with Kalisto and Sin Cara. It's another tag team the Cruiserweights have, just to add more fillers. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. He hasn't been on SmackDown since the shake-up, but I think it's because they're waiting. They already have so much going on.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe put him with Shinsuke. I mean, that would be a good tag team. Just you always have to find something for main eventers to do when they're not main eventing.
Yeah. You gotta find like a nice personal storyline for him to get involved with. And there's a lot of opportunities for that on SmackDown with
Yeah,
all the talent that they have.
yeah. And then he's proven who he can and can't, or who he can work with because the Gargano match, the McIntyre match, they've all been pretty good.
And with that, we close out the Superstar Shake-up. If you want to follow us in all of our wrestling news and our wrestling journey through this crazy world, you can follow us on Twitter at PW Proverbs. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and on iTunes in the podcast app. You can also follow us and listen to us directly on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/ProWrestlingProverbs for all you audio only people out there. We appreciate you. We love you. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to be featured in a upcoming video, please send us an email at prowrestlingproverbs@gmail.com.